All right, as grade 12s, let's look at what we can expect or what we should expect in paper one. That is number one. What we shall expect in paper one, it's taxation, as you see it there. Not only this kind of taxation, but also VAT, VAT, expectations. We are talking of what? Taxation. We look at calculations of VAT. Probably you have to know how to deal with tariffs. Then we look at interest, which is compound and simple interest. This is all about finance. Yeah, we look at loans. Look at loans. Everything at bank statements, household documents, bank statements. This is finance. Then what are the other part will be data handling. Data handling, we shall expect to talk of measures of central tendency, measures of spread. You should know how to interpret. We are saying we are talking of measures of central tendency, measures of central tendency. We have measures of spread, measures of spread. All right, measures of central tendency, we mean mean, mode, median. Then spread, we have range. Then we have the IQR. All right, everything they are for both papers, we shall expect to see a bit of what? Probability. Probability. Measures of central tendency, measures of spread, probability. Know how to interpret graphs. All right. Let's look at this example that we have here, a trial question that we have. We shall start question number 2, which deals with taxation. Start question number 2 deals with taxation. Yeah, a person, this person here, is aged 45. You have to take note of that. He works at the Department of Home Affairs at Beit Bridge Border Post. He receives the tax document shown in Annexure A. We shall see Annexure A for the year 2022-2023. That means it was from 2020. This is 1 year. All right. Then he contributes towards medical aid. Take note for himself, the wife, and the 2 children. This is what we need when we are going to calculate medical tax credits. How many people are they? How many dependents are we looking at? Anyway, the table is provided below. And let's continue with the question. Annexure A. Let's go and open Annexure A. That is it. That's what we call the I. It's called the IRP5. And in other words, simple terms, it's the annual pay slip. The annual pay slip. The annual pay slip. Values that are here. Another word for this one, it could be the annual pay slip. This one shows throughout what you've been earning and what they are deducting throughout the year. It's given after a period of 1 year. Okay, that's where we are. Now from here, we need to analyze what is it. So usually there are some codes Other times there are no codes to identify what you're looking at, but there are titles that you have to take note of, There are words around there. Okay, let's look at the questions here. Write down Randy's income tax number. Such questions you should not miss them. Now, the tax number, you come to the table here, you look for the tax number, and I believe the income tax number is this one here. So it's 22376 54213. We are saying it's 2276 2276 22376 54213. 22376 54213. Then state the period in months covered by the document. Now this one, it's here. The period starts on the date of 1st March 2022 to 2023 Feb 2028. Now, those are 12 months. I'm here looking at it. So it's from March. You're going to count from March to December. These are 10. Then December, we have January and February. These are 2. When you add them up, you get 12 months. 12 months. Okay. Calculate his annual medical tax credits. This is where we are. This one does not need all it needs, it's this. Remember, this is monthly. The question wants you to have annual. That means your final answer is going to be multiplied by 12. But before we go to the final answer, ask yourself, how many people do we have? Remember in the scenario, they told us it's himself, then the wife, and the 2 children. So all in all, we are looking at 4 people. So these 4 people, how do they share the medical aid? So the first person is going to pay 300 and what? 40. The second person to come in is also paying 347. You see? Then how many people are remaining? There are 2. They will all fall here. So it's the same as 2, 3, 4 plus 2, 3, 4. This is it. So what do? Multiply by 12. Someone else would have calculated in mathematical way, whereby you say, definitely there are 4, so 2 people are going to share the same amount, plus the other 2 are remaining, they will share the same amount. Still, after getting everything here, multiply it by 12. Okay, here we end up having the answer as, by the way, it's 4 marks. This here you already have your 2 marks for identifying this. Then simplifying and going down, which is 24 times 347 plus 234. So the final answer here is 13,994. Sorry, 944. That is the answer there. That is the answer. Then we come to 2.1.4. Rand stated that his total tax payable for 2020 to 2023 was incorrectly calculated. Now, here they are tasking us to go and look for the tax. Now, the secret here, number 1, you have to know his income. Not only his income, but taxable income. You understand? Not everything is taxed. So first and foremost, we have to identify the taxable income, because now when we look at the scenario that we have up here, they never mentioned anything that he earns. So where can we get that? Let's go to the annexure. Let's go to the annexure. Then when it comes to the annexure, we are looking for taxable income. Is there anywhere where there is talk of taxable income? Wonderful. Here we see income received. You have basic income, then extra income. We go through, then we see these are deductions, employee income, income received Continue. Gross employee income. There we go, and we see this is gross income taxable. Thank you very much. So this is what we're going to use. This is his taxable income. So having got the tax, and this is annual. Remember, I told you whatever is here on this form, it's annual. It's annual pay slip. This is received from your accounts. It's received from the accounts department at the end of the year. You understand? But monthly one, it's what we call the pay slip, the person that gets every month. That's monthly. All right, now let's look at this. This is the annual taxable income, 474,441. So we come here, we say the taxable income, we've already seen it as 474,441. This is the taxable income. Well and good. Having seen it, what do you do next? Look for the bracket. Look for the bracket. We don't need to find the taxable income. It's already taxable. So we go to the brackets. Which bracket will it belong to? 474. So, wonderful. It's here. It's in bracket number 3 because this is 1, 2, and 3. So having found out that it belongs to this, you use this other formula here. That's what you write down on your paper. That's what we write down on the paper. So we are going to say 73,726 plus, we are saying 73,726 plus 0.31, which is the 31%. Now you bring in his money inside that bracket, minus the value that is already there. Remember, we picked this, we've already written down this, the taxable income, we've written it. So minus this value here, which is 353,100. So we come here, we say 353,100. At this moment in time, please try to simplify. Try to simplify that. Simplify the brackets. Ne? So at this moment, please call in the calculator. Put this in the calculator. Don't forget. Put everything in your calculator, which will be 73726 plus 031 times. Okay? Then you press your answer there, whereby we get the answer as 111,341. 111,341, comma, we have comma 71, comma 71. So this is it. What happens after this? You employ the rebates, or you call along the rebates and the medical tax credits. Now, the person was 45 years of age is only going to qualify for primary rebate. So if it's primary, and the year we are looking at 2022, 2023, so it's only here. We are looking at the rebates and the person is here. So we're going to subtract 16,425. 16,425 minus the medical tax credit that we already got as 13,941. Sorry, 44. We have 13,900. This is what we are doing. So 444. Put this in your calculator. So now remember, on your calculator, you still have the answer here. So you don't need to hustle. Just come here, minus, put your rebates, 16,425 minus 13,944. What answer does he get? It's 8,972 71 cents. So remember, his complaint was, he said that his total tax payable for 2020 was calculated incorrectly. So we need to go and check now on their next year. Where was the tax here? Total tax, look at it. So we conclude and we say his statement is invalid. The statement is invalid. Why is it invalid? Because we've calculated and we found out the same tax that is that's appearing on the annexure. So for him, he says it was incorrectly calculated. Yet we've got the same answer, so it's perfect. So his statement is incorrect. That's how we go. We're supposed to get the 8 marks. Let's look at the next question. Question number 2.2. The person there needs a new stove. She saw the following advertisement on a local store leaflet. 5-burner gas/electric stove with auto ignition, cash payment options. New selling price including VAT was 10,999. Save 2,000. Higher purchase option, you pay a 20% deposit and a monthly installment of 609 rands times or over a period of 30 months. 30 months is 2 years and 6 months, 2 years and a half. The total cost, excluding deposit, it's that much. Okay, here we go. Define the term or the concept hire purchase. Hire purchase, one would say, it's the buying of an item in what? In installments. You pay on a monthly basis. You understand? You pay on a monthly basis, and after completion, it belongs to you. Okay, calculate the original price of the stove. Look at that. Original price of the stove. What do they mean? This is a new selling price. That means before this new selling price, there was an amount before this. So what was the amount? What are we going to do? They're telling you, you pay this and you save this much. That means the old price was including both of them. So the original price is supposed to be 10,999 plus the money is going to save. What are we looking for? We are looking for the original price. And when you add this, I believe you end up having 12,999. All right. So that is the original price. We are saying the original price, you take the new price plus what is saving. So we got the new price as that much, and we are adding on the 2,000. So we ended up with 20,999. Okay, calculate the VAT amount included in the new price. Remember, when the price already includes VAT, we use 15/115 times that price. What are we looking for? The amount of VAT. We are not looking for including VAT or excluding VAT, but we are looking for how much. Yes, it has VAT, but how much VAT? So here we come. Come to your calculator, please. I don't expect you to do this alone. Do that. Do that. Then multiply your answer. And remember to put it in decimals. So it's 1,434 and 65 cents. So this is the money. Someone else would have excluded, but then that's a long method. Excluding VAT, someone else would have done this. How do we exclude VAT? The person would have taken that much money. They exclude VAT. How do we exclude VAT? We divide by 1,15. The amount you get there so this is the amount excluding VAT, 9,564 rands, 35 what? Cents. This is excluding VAT. Then what? Because you're looking for the value of VAT, it's going to be the original with VAT minus the one without VAT. When you do that, indeed, you end up having the answer as those with calculators. Don't hesitate, calculate it out. Same answer, but this one's taking long. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see. Explain why the stove in the advertisement shows as gas, stroke, or slash electric. What does it simply mean? It means it's a dual. It's a dual. It's a dual stove, meaning it uses both gas and electricity. Suitable for load shedding. If you have no electricity, switch on your gas, you continue. If you've run out of electricity, gas will stand in for you. If you don't have gas, use electricity. Either way. Then the person stated that if she buys the stove with cash option, she will save more than 1/3. Remember what we are talking about? She will saving. That means you're going to compare these prices. She will save 1/3 of the total cost price, including deposit of the higher purchase. Now, first and foremost, look for the total price. If she uses the higher purchase option. You see that? Yes, it says if she buys the stove on cash, she will save. Okay. First and foremost, we need to look for the total cost on higher purchase. What is it going to be? Remember, yes, okay, but this is a deposit. Do we know the deposit? We don't know it, but we know how much the person is going to pay every, and for how long? 30 months. So we need to know how much is it plus the deposit. So what we're going to do, first and foremost, let's take that monthly money, which is 609 times 30. How much is it? 609 times 30. Yeah, it's 18,270. What's missing? We need to put a deposit. But remember, the deposit was 20%. We've not yet looked at it. Let's go up and we look for the deposit. How much will the deposit be? That's what we are looking for here. The deposit is going to be 20% times the cash amount. So it's the person's taking 20% times the cash amount. So here the deposit is 2,199 and 80 cents. So this is a deposit. So we need to carry it and put it down here plus a deposit. So we are adding on. We get it as so the amount on higher purchase is this much. So ask yourself, how much would she have saved? So we're going to subtract. Minus higher purchase minus amount on cash. She would have saved 9,470 and 80 cents. This is for the saving. So we ask ourselves, what about a third, 1/3 of 1/3 of the total cost? So 1/3 of this, how much is it? 1/3. One third is this much. 6,823. 6,823. 27 cents. So when you compare the two, indeed, the statement is what? It's correct. She has saved more than 1/3 of the hire purchase money. All right. So 8 marks, how are they given? Please take note. You analyzing that you need to multiply this, getting the right answer. You added the deposit. You know, these are marks already, 3 marks. Then you go ahead and subtract these two. You get the right answer. These are marks. So far you have 5 marks, remaining with 3. How do you get the 3? You go to the third. You compared it with this one here, and you came up with your right answer. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You looked for a third. So don't get scared of doing what you're supposed to do. At least here, if you think it's too much, find which is obvious. What was obvious? The total cost, including deposit, of the hire purchase option. That was obvious. You understand? All right, let's look at the other questions. Question number 3. Question number 3 looks a little bit at what we call data handling. Table 5 below shows a summary of the highest level of education for all South Africans who were 25 years and older in 2021, 2011, and 2022. Okay, here we go. These are the different levels. All right. Then we are looking at, write down the type of instrument used to collect the above data. This is data handling. Definitely this it could have been a questionnaire. Questionnaires are given away. Instrument used to collect data. Or you could talk of what? An interview. You can sit with them and ask, interview. Okay, determine the total number of people 25-year-old and older in 2021. This number here, it's missing. This is obvious. Don't get scared. Add everything here. Add all these values. You get the answer. Add all those values. You get the answer. Then let's look at the other one here. Let's look at the answer here. We are saying the number of people they're telling us the number of people who were 25 years older in 2011 was approximately 59,93617%. Determine the total number of people who were younger than 25 years. Now, this has to come in your head. Remember, we have older and younger. You see that? If the older have taken this percentage, and this percentage, when you add it, it has to give us what? 100%. So what percentage is the younger? So what you're going to do, you say 100 minus 59. You understand? Subtract these two. I believe you end up having a 40. You have 40, 0, 6, 3, 8, 3. This is a percentage also. So you've taken off that. So what are you going to say? Oh, remember, we are looking at the 25 years and older. They gave you this much. What about those ones who were younger? So we had to find the original price before we look at the answer there. Because the numbers we have, these ones are for 25 years and older. The younger one is not given. So of the whole population, this is 50, they told us it's 59, So we need to find the original amount of original amount of people. So we shall say 59,9361 of the population, which is the unknown, should give us the answer as you see that. So what do? You're going to say we're going to divide through by, remember this is a percentage, né? It's a percentage, so it's better you make it a percentage. Because it's a percentage, we divide by 100 and you end up having 0, there's no comma here. It's 0.59, eh? So you're going to divide through by that on both sides. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the original or the total population at that stage. So at this time, I'm looking at that and I will say 310,29291 divided by 0.5993617. So the original amount was what? So here we look for, actually at this moment you can subtract this value here. So we subtract this value, the total number of those ones who are, or you can multiply it with this percentage here. Multiply with this percentage that we got times 0.4006 383. So the population here, the answer is supposed to be younger. They are 20,741,269. Comma 25, but we're looking at people, we can't have a comma. So in other words, the same as what? 17. We just make this a whole number and it comes here. So this is your final answer. It's not that much confusing, but I know for some people they will complain. Okay, population in South Africa in 2022 was 62,027,503. Determine the probability as a decimal, randomly selecting a person with only grade 12 at their highest level of education. Only grade 12. Remember, now here we shall go straight to 2022. If it's there, go straight to 2022. You're wonderful. It's there. Highest completed degree. Here we have 14,122,600. So we shall do that. So we shall say 14,122,681 divided by the population they have given us here. But they said the answer should be in what? The answer should be in decimals. We do the needful. It will be 114, 122, 681 divided by 62 million, 27,303. So the population is 0.22768. 22768, but we usually round off our final answer to 2 decimal places, which will be that much. Probability. Okay. Three point two, it talks of a table here. The table below shows the percentage distribution per province of people aged 25 years and older with grade 12 and highest level of education 2022. The table 6 percentage, it has already showed that. Let's say, determine the median. Now, the moment you hear of the median, what has to come in your head, you have to arrange the data before you look. Arrange for the data before you look for the median. Arrange it from small to big. Then you look for the middle value, middle number. So when we look at this from the smallest here, which one is the smallest? I believe it's this one, because 25, we have a 29, any other. We have a 28 here, taking the place of 2. 29 that we saw takes the place of 3. We have any 30, 32, 39, 34. So this one takes a place of 4. This one takes a place of 4. Place of 5. A place of 6. A place of 6. Then we have a place of 7 here. A place of 8. And finally a place of 9. So that's we have since they are 9, so the middle number is going to be the 5th number. This one is our median. Let's arrange and we say. So we say 25,2 followed by 28,6 followed by 33,3. You're looking for number 4, 32. What's number 3? Where is number 3? Number 3 is 29. Number 3 is 29, 0. Number 4 is 32,8. Then number 5 is 37. Number 8 is 39. Number 9, it's 40. Then that's where we are. So it's not bad to count them again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they're complete. So we are saying if you're looking for the middle number, 4 numbers will go off on both sides. 4 numbers will go off both sides, and look at the number we are remaining with. So you come there and say median equals to 33,3. Had you remained with 2 numbers, you would add them and divide by 2. The answer you get becomes the median. As I told you that the median was this much, and this is what we've got, the middle number. Calculate as a percentage the probability of randomly selecting a province less than 30% of a person's with grade 12s as their highest level of education. So now less than 30. So out of this, how many have less? So we have 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 out of 9. But they said as a percentage, probability, calculate as a percentage, the probability. So what do we do? Multiply by 100. Multiply by 100, you end up having 33.33%. Don't forget that symbol. Okay, explain why a total percentage of the doesn't add. It's because the calculations are because the percentages are per province. It's not as a country, it's not as a whole, it's per province. That's why it does not add up to 100. So calculate the 7th, 50th percent. Okay, no, sorry. Given that the 7th, 50th percentile is that much, given that the 7th, 50th percentile is this much, the moment you hear this 7th, 50th percentile, simply meaning it's what? Q3. It's already given to you at that much. So calculate the interquartile range, 5 marks. You know very well that if you're to look for interquartile range, you need to have the upper quartile, which is Q3, minus the lower quartile. Now you already have Q3, but you don't have Q1. Come back to your data here on top here. So easy to get because now, since this is the median, which is our Q2. So Q1 will start from here. It will be these, there will be these two numbers. Pick them, which is 28.6 plus 29. Divide them by 2. 28.6 divided plus 29, you have 57. Divide by 2, it's 28. So this is our Q1 now. Come and put it in the formula here. 83.35 minus 28.8. So the answer became 9.55. That's your IQR, interquartile range. Give a reason why a pi is not suitable for this information. 1, the percentages. The percentages do not add up to 100%. So it's very hard for you to get. It's very hard for you to get the degrees. Let's look at this question number 4. This one's talking about exchange rate. This is talking about exchange rate. Lile Mabuza got 2 jobs offer in USA as a farming assistant with a monthly salary of 3,900 US dollars. The second offer was in Canada as a farming supervisor with a monthly salary of 5,384 Canadian dollars. The table below shows the currency conversion factors on 16th February 2024. Okay, this is the table that we shall use. Okay, write down the abbreviation of South African Rand. This is easy. That is it. Then calculate the exchange rate between the US dollar and South African Rand in form of $1 is to that much Rand. Now, this one here should not confuse you. First and foremost, you have to pick what is given to you. Now, with the South African dollar and South African Rand and the dollar, what is it? It says here, if you have 1 Rand, you have 0.05 to 288. These are dollars. But in the scenario now, they want us to start with $1. So how do we turn this into 1? We divide both sides by the same number. We divide both sides by the same number. Divide both sides with the same number here. All right. So this goes with that. It remains 1. You see that? Then the answer you get this side here, it's the one that you put here now. Okay. What answer do you get? 1 divided by 0.05288. You have the answer as the answer became 18.91. Around it with 2 decimal places. So that's the answer. So they want you to write it. So your answer will become like this. $1 is equivalent to. Okay. Getting ready for paper 1. Let's continue. Identify the strongest currency. Again, it's the South African rand. Now, how do we determine the strongest? Now, the value with the smaller value, or the currency with the smaller value, will be always the strongest. The weakest will be the value. It will be the currency with the bigger value. So let's compare here. Which one is stronger? Look here. Oh, for 1 Canadian dollar, you need 14 rands. And we've just seen that if you only have $1 US dollar, you need 18 rands. So which one is stronger? They have 18 and 14. Definitely it's the US dollar. So here the strongest currency will be the US dollar. According to this scenario, right? Let's say that the salary offer in USA is 200 rands more than the salary in Canada. Now, look at this. The money you're going to compare with, it's in rands. That means all the salaries that you have to turn them into rands, then you subtract. And you end with your conclusion. What have you seen? All right, let's go and scrutinize, or let's go and scope out the data that we already seen. We need to look at this. These are dollars. And we need also to change these Canadian dollars to rands. So on top we have 3998. And we have 5,000. 5,384. These are the Canadian dollars. We have to change them to rands, all of them. We change them to rands. Why do I need to change them to rands? Because the conversion I need to get it's in what? Rands. Okay, let's go up and we see they have already told us. Remember here the conversion, it's 1 rand equals to this much dollars. So for you to change this, it will be easy. Just get this much since they are dollars. Divide by 0.05288. What answer do you get? The answer you get that this will be in rands. Then the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar has already told you that if you have 1 Canadian dollar, you have 14 rands. So this one you're going to multiply. You're going to multiply by 14,0. The answer you get here to be in what? Rands. Mm -hmm. 3998 divided by 0.05288. So here the person has 75,605 rands, 14 cents. And here he has 384 times 14,01. He has 75,429. And so we're not interested in that. So we've changed the money into rands. Now we need to know the difference. Let's subtract. Uh, so the answer became 175. So you conclude and you say, it's what? It's the statement is invalid. Because remember, the person talks of US is 200 more. No, it's 175. It's 175. I have some people there asking, why do we multiply here and yet we divide? Now, when you look at the conversion, these ones here, the person, what you do first is to write down the conversion. Sorry, you write down the conversion factors. You can write down and say, these are rands. They will give you $1 Canadian. But what do you have? For you, you have the Canadian dollar will come this side. So what is it in rands? What do you end up doing? You're going to cross multiply. And the US already told you here, if you only have 1 rand, you have 0.0528. These are dollars. For you have dollars. That means the dollars are going to come this side. So what is it? So if you cross multiply, it will end up becoming, giving me this one here multiplying with this. So because I'm looking for this missing number, what do? I divide through by the same number on both sides. This goes with that. Then here I remain with, so here I remain with my box. And I get my answer here. The answer will be in rands. That's why you sit down there. Here, we divided. And here we multiplied. Take note of that. All right. And this brings us to the revision.